A dream is a wish your heart makes.
Entering the Nordic Face Awards has been a dream of mine for years, and if you can dream it, you can do it. So when I heard that the first challenge was Pastel Dream, I knew I had to show you me in my element. A playful, will never grow up dreamer. Here's my Pastel Dream. So the first thing I do is that I use the HD Studio Photogenic Foundation in warm beige, and I use it as a foundation. I use it all over my face just to have an even base to work on. Next up, I'm using the gel liner and smudger because I'm gonna be doing some sort of a bucket on my skin right here on my chest area. So I'm just drawing some lines, as you can see, just to create a bucket that's kind of like old looking, because I'm really inspired by the water and bubbles in this tutorial. So obviously we need a bucket to have some water and bubbles in there. Next, I'm gonna be using the color mascara, and I'm actually gonna be using it in different colors because I want the water to look as if it's soapy. So I'm using different colors, also the Vivid Brights cream colors, to create the water effect that's kind of like soapy. So we've got some greens and some blues, and I'm also gonna be using some purples and pinks, and I want it to look as if it's splashing up on my face. Then I'm taking the cream color again, and I'm using it to make my eyes, and I'm doing kind of like a wing liner as well with it. Next, I'm using the Duochromatic Illuminating Powder in my inner corner, and I'm doing that to create a really nice highlight in there. And to make it kind of like ombre effect, I'm using the Ultimate Multi-Finish Shadow Palette, and I'm using some of the greens and teals in the inner part of my eye, and then I'm kind of like connecting it all together. And then I'm using a white liquid eyeliner to draw some smaller bubbles in the middle of my eye. And I'm also drawing some lines to really carve out my eyes. It looks really pretty. And then I'm creating the bubbles on my skin. And this is just free play, to be honest. I was just drawing them wherever I wanted some bubbles on my skin and where I felt it was good and looked nice. And then I'm using the Vivid Brights eyeliner. The bubbles have to look very soapy and have that really beautiful shine that bubbles have. I love that they are so pastel-y bubbles, and they look so beautiful when you blow them. So I'm just using different colors to really create that beautiful look and chromatic look to the bubbles. And I'm also using this pigment right here in the inner parts as well, just to make it even more chromatic. And I'm creating some more bubbles on my skin, and once again using the pigment to give it that beautiful holographic look. And I'm also drawing some bubbles on my lips because I'm gonna be using some crystals or rhinestones later on. And once again, this is just free play. Just use different colors, different textures, and really create that beautiful look to the bubbles. And then I'm just quickly doing my brows with the gel smudger and liner. This is so easy, just doing my brows, but to make them a tiny bit different, I wanted them to have some sort of a color to them. So I'm actually gonna be using a colored mascara, but also the Duochromatic lip gloss actually, because it gives this really beautiful duochromatic and holographic look. And as you'll see, I'm also using this blue minty teal color on my eyebrows. And then I'm using the pigment once again to give that ultimate highlight on my skin, which looks so beautiful and so pastel-y. And then I'm using the Love You So Mochi palette to kind of make a blushy look on my skin. And next I'm using the Love Contours All palette, which is so amazing. And I'm just carving out my face so I get a bit more shape to it. And now it's time for the rhinestones, and I'm just gluing them onto my skin, as you can see on the bubbles. It gives them that 3D effect, which I think is so beautiful, and it just glams up the look. And then I'm using these Wicked lashes called Vixen. They're so gorgeous. Then I'm using the blue colored mascara on my bottom lashes just to create a different look. And then I'm using this holographic halo finishing powder on my skin, which looks so beautiful and gives that pastel look. And lastly, I'm doing my lips with a duochromatic lipstick. And this is my look, guys, my finished bubble makeup look. I love the idea of bubbles because we all sometimes hide ourselves in our own small bubbles and we're too afraid to show our inner beauty. But honestly, when we just fly free, we can reach far beyond our limits and just be who we are. So fly high and be free. If you can dream it, you can do it. That's my pastel dream.